what's the like most ghetto fix you've done, either on or off the track?
Do you guys remember the banana, the G35 I drove all last year?
Yeah.
That in general. I don't think LZ's the story there.
No, it's Colette.
It's definitely Colette,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
She fucking ripped.
Well, they're horrible to work on.
I disagree. So the one reason that I have stuck with Z is because they're so easy to work on.
No, dude. No way. VQ is annoying to work on.
Oh, no.
Way.
If VQ is broke, you throw it away and buy a new one.
Right.
But
No, you just throw it away. Welcome back to the -- drift podcast on YouTube. I am Dawson.
Nate.
I'm Andy.
Let's get into it. So a few announcements, as always. Drop a comment and tag who you want to come on next. Just like last week, we had that dude in blue. David Patterson was a super cool guest.
Super cool.
And if you haven't seen his video on Nate's car, go check that one out as well. But we do have new merch coming out, or actually it is out. God, I fuck that up every fucking week.
It's hard to talk to the future.
It's horrible. It's hard. But new merch is out. We'll put that up on the screen. It's all our New Year's merch. A whole fuck ton of shit. I've been spending hours making all that. But grab that at circledrift.com. Link in the description. And we will be kicking off our Patreon soon as well. I'm in the middle of setting all that up. So that will be coming. It'll be ad-free podcasts, access to Discord, so that you'll get a glimpse of who the guest is going to be able to drop questions and stuff if you want, and all of that, along with exclusive merch and stuff like that too. But this is Andy, like you just said, so I'm gonna let him introduce himself a little bit.
Andy, I've started drifting about the same time as these guys did. We were all new at the same time, and I fell backwards into running the Clarksville drift events.
Backwards.
That's not the only way you can describe that.
Yeah, it just kind of happened. It's been a good time. It's been a great way to kind of support and grow the community and get to know everybody. I really like it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So have you seen pretty good growth?
I've seen the growth I wanted.
Attaboy. Hell yeah.
I like Clarksville the way it is. I know there is a group of people who do not, but I like Clarksville as a place to come and party and have a good time. And I like it also as a place to where if you've never drifted before, it's really important to me that that's a place you can come and everybody's immediately going to be like, you've never drifted before?
Yeah, let us
Well,
help
let me
you.
get in your car. And that's what it was for me when I started. That's why I love drifting so much, is because I've been in a lot of other motorsports communities and you don't necessarily get that. And I showed up knowing literally no one at the racetrack. And by the end of the day, half the people there had rode in my car, giving me pointers and giving me tips. I was able to link to track solely because of that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hell yeah. What's the biggest pushback you get from people that don't like the way it's ran right now?
The cost.
Especially
the really big one is
we mentioned that.
Look, so the really big one that I first off, and let me make this clear, I have nothing to do with the pricing. I make no money. I run those events simply to keep it alive. I do get some benefits, like me and my team we have keys to the track during the week. We can go and practice and do whatever we want.
That's cool.
Which is, when you balance it out, worth it.
Worth it.
Fuck yeah.
Like
100%.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not complaining. But the biggest complaint we get is obviously the price, and the biggest thing is people don't like the pay for the riders. Where you gotta, it's $40 to ride in a car, and the track gets that money, and the driver's see none of it, and excuse me,
Solely for ride-alongs?
Yeah. So our pricing staying the same this year. We fought very hard for that. So it's going to be 80 to drive, 40 to ride, 10 to get in.
Yeah.
80 to drive is not that crazy.
Honestly, I know people that are on that side of the fence where they think that's too expensive for Clarksville, but I'm on the other side. I've been in retail for 15 years. I know why the price goes up. So I'm not like that, dude. $80 to drive all day. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
So I've done the math. I have the numbers. The track makes money on drifting, but it's not as much as what people think. People don't factor in things like insurance and the people you got to pay, and there's a bunch of stuff. And that's why the track charges for riders is because we have to put them under the driver insurance.
Right. So in my opinion, I don't like. I'm one of those people where like I don't think it matters. Like if you can afford to drive, it shouldn't matter how much money I'm making on the deal. I'm not.
I agree with that.
I'm not one of those people. Like I'm not saying like you should be shivving people. That's not what I'm saying. But like
if
$80 to drive, you think that's expensive?
If you don't want tracks to make money, don't complain when they close down.
Right. Yeah. Right. So like I don't know. I've never understood that. I've never been on that team. Like it's a track you can go to for $80 and drive all day.
How much has the insurance gone up since like all the chaos in the market?
So we were doing okay, and that's not something that I do insurance for other events that I help run. We've done like a big street bike competition in North Carolina and a couple other things we've been a part of.
Oh yeah.
But the insurance has been going up pretty steady, like almost 15% for the last 4 years every year. So it's it's coming up on like 80% more. It's there's only 2 companies that insure racetracks at this point, and it's a huge liability. I get it, but they're out of hand.
Well, okay, so do you kind of pertain? Because a lot of people have asked for Clarksville to update their track, at least because people will say since the price is getting so big, why don't you at least add parking lots or more skid pads? Obviously, that would explain why, right?
Yeah. So the reason the cost is going up is mostly insurance. Taxes have also went up. Like it's just the cost to turn on the lights goes up. Like everything, all the cost of running a racetrack has gone up exponentially.
Yeah.
That's why you see so many racetracks closing.
Right.
One of the reasons. But the track looks into, like almost annually, looks into expanding. And just like anything else, it's about return on investment. And the return on investment isn't really there for the track right now.
Yeah. What were they looking at doing to improve it?
So the master plan that was kind of talked about is if you our guys are familiar with the gravel area where things are always parked.
Yeah.
Very random things. You never know what
Yeah, right. It's always like the weird stuff.
Carnival rides and all sorts of shit.
It makes cool shots, but we looked at paving most of that and had a kind of a really sweet track layout where we could do hot laps basically and not shut it down.
So it'd be one full skid pad.
Yeah, that's what we were looking at. And like basically you'd come down the hill and do a series of S's and a couple sweepers and back up into the pits.
Right.
And we looked at that and we really wanted to do it. We even looked at just doing like, oh man, I'm going to feel like a jerk. Is it Twin Fountains? No, Twin Fountains is the one here. The one where Ryan Smith
drifting.
and all them do. Yeah.
They're like the KKK, but for drifting.
I'll talk to them.
Do your best.
Yeah.
I went in shorts and flip-flops and a suit. They hated me both times.
I think I because of the experience I've had with running Clarksville, I now speak track owner a little bit better, I think.
Listen, I'm not telling you can't do it. I'm just telling you I tried it and I didn't get anywhere. We had a friend that got in, but it was only him and it was only for an hour and it was like for a shakedown deal.
Yeah.
So if you can get in there and let us run that'd be awesome, because
fuck yeah.
I wouldn't even need a trailer. I could just drive there. It's literally not even a mile from my house.
SCCA used to have events there, not drifting events, but
they still have events. They do Corvette and Miata days.
Yeah. So that were pretty cool. I've been to a few of those. It's not a bad facility.
It's pretty beat now, but I mean,
Okay.
yeah. But I'm not talking shit. It's just an almost closed down racetrack. Like it's gonna be kind of beat up, But the videos that I've seen of my buddy out there ripping, it looks pretty fun.
Well, your buddy just kind of rips in general.
Yeah, he shreds. I was just saying that track looked fun. It's like the skinny part, and then you got to manji, then go into the last part. I would like to not manji that and just fucking.
I'm hoping I get to see him at Lanier.
Yeah,
Next year, straight baby.
For that dude in blue?
So East 10 just announced today that the first round of their Pro-Am is going to be at Lanier next year.
Oh, sick.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Do they know what layout they're gonna run?
I don't know. They haven't. They might know. I don't.
I think we're going to try and make Lanier for the Dude in Blue. He's having an event there, and he invited us down.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what he said.
We should see if we can't load up some couple of cars and go.
I'm so down.
I'm trying to hit all the events this year. I'm going to be reckless with my paycheck.
Link, give me an ECU, please.
Yeah.
Link, help my man out. Come on. You can do it.
We got a nice, lovely spot on the wall for you.
Yeah, yeah. We were going to put a neon sign there, but
oh my God.
Dude, am I just poor? I think I'm just poor.
Okay, let me ask you, do we look rich on camera? Like, does it look like a baller studio or something?
You're doing all right.
Fuck. All right. Well, so no,
definitely
we got
not.
zero ROI on the podcast so far. So like, we reached out and we were like, "Hey, oh yeah, we're dumping thousands of dollars into this shit."
For the record, I bought some shoes.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. So we reached out to this company to make us a sign, right? And like we were thinking,
he reached out to us.
That's right. He reached out to us to make a sign, and we were like, okay, yeah, just let us know what kind of deal you can work out for us. And it was like, it was a pretty big sign. I'm not saying that it's not worth.
They're probably
the money.
They're probably well
lit.
worth.
But he was like
$1,200,
$1,200, and I was like, bro, I don't have $1,200. You know, like if I had $1,200, his car would run. And we'd be rich, you know what I mean? Like, can't do that. So like we were like texting each other. I was like, does he think we're rich? And I was like, I don't know. Should we tell him we're not rich? Because that's crazy. You know, like, I didn't know what to say to the guy. You know, like I'm sure his product is kick ass. I don't know. I just
can't afford it.
I can't afford it. You know?
Yeah. Fuck no.
That's
and funny. Dude, the signs in Drift HQ. I think he's the one that did all those signs.
Yeah. Well, of course it's Adam.
And those are all bigger. This was supposed to be a 40-inch circle, just a 40-inch, which is like, what, that big?
Yeah, $1,200.
Like not that big. And all the ones in the Drift HQ shop are like twice that size.
Yeah, none of us have LZ money.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck no.
So is running a track pretty difficult? Like I know that's like a dumb question but it's mostly for them, just so you know, because we kind of know, right? But like,
just for clarification, do you mean a track or an event?
An event.
Okay.
An event.
So I'm spoiled. The people who come to Clarksville are dope as hell, and at least for the drift events. And honestly, like I have a couple of people in place for safety, and my people, like the people on grid, work pretty hard during the day. But now that we've got the hang of it and actually know what we're doing, because I had no idea what I was doing originally. It's not that hard. We plan out for it. You know, we everybody has a role, and it's not that difficult.
Okay. What would you say? What about it is difficult?
Actually, let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
If say you were just thrown to the wolves and had to figure out how to run a drift event yourself.
That happened
for the first time. Okay,
right.
So
yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, perfect, awesome. What would you do? Okay, it kind of run through that a little bit. What you did, and then what you would do differently now if you were to do it again.
So there's a couple of things. The first and biggest, especially as it pertains to our community, is I tried to strong back it. I was like, I'm going to do this for the boys. Like, and so everybody can come out and drifting, and I'm going to make it great, and it's going to be dope. And like, and everybody was coming to me like, man, I'll help you. And I was just like, nah, I got it. And it really wore me out. I reached a point to where I was just like, I don't even care. I don't care if the track shuts down, man. I'm not showing up tomorrow. Like, and as soon as I like started accepting help from people, it was way easier. The other thing is like, I was still relatively new to drifting even when I started hosting events. Like you guys know.
Like you got into it pretty quick. I think it was, you were only drifting for like, what, a year? And then you started helping out?
Yeah, it was like a year and a half. And then I ended up like, again, falling backwards into running the events.
Yeah.
And I'd never really hosted any sort of major event before, done anything like that. I was just like, I can do it. Like, yeah. And so like one of the things I was really bad about initially was promoting. I did none of it. I was like, look, it's on the website. Either show up or don't. Like,
yeah. I made the Facebook event. What else do you want from me?
Dude, I didn't even do that. No, I mean, like Clarksville Speedway has a website, which is where all the factual information is. If you'll notice on all the flyers and stuff, Sorry.
You're good.
I always put it in there now.
That's good because back then when we first started, the website was like useless.
Yeah.
They didn't put shit on there, so like that kind of pushed people away from it, and like nobody checked it ever again.
Yeah, so it's on there now, including the 2 Rallycross events that we added.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get it done, dude. I'm gonna get it done, I swear. I'm trying to buy a Colorado that's got 80,000 miles on it and it's crashed on the front left.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's everything I need. I even got my buddy Ben, who helped me build Shark Car, to agree he wants the chassis, so he'll go in with me. I just got to go get it, dude. I'm gonna do it. I mean, whatever. At this point, I don't have to like explain myself. I'll do it if
I believe in you.
Well, yeah,
I'll do it.
Find us in Colorado.
So, anyways, listen, I didn't promote anything. It wasn't until Ryan Cavan with Bootlegger came on. You know, they came on and they did a lot for the track. And as far as the promoting and putting the word out there and things like that, they were very, very good at that.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Okay. What? All right.
Also, there was no safety when I first started because, again, I didn't know what I was doing. No. It was terrible. It's better now.
It's all right now. There's still like you don't have to. You're talking about like tech rules and stuff as far as safety. They're still pretty lenient.
Oh yeah, no, we don't want to be jerks about it. Like if your seat's tight and you got all your lug nuts and the battery's not going to fly out.
Yeah.
Like our tech
shake the battery, shake the seat.
Yeah, our tech is basic for a reason. My goal with Clarksville is for like guys like us who've been drifting for a while to go there and have a great time with all our boys.
Honestly, I try to like So my girlfriend likes National Super Speedway because that's like I took her there for like our 3rd date or something like that. You know,
that's where I met Jasmine.
That's what I'm saying. So she obviously like National Super Speedway is gigantic.
It's so dope.
The track is fast.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude, it's all the things you want a racetrack to be. It's big and wide and fast and fucking, awesome.
Drift heaven, but
the only thing that I don't like about it is for some reason every time I go there, it is hot as fuck outside, dude. Like,
it radiates off that concrete. I know. Too, I swear to God,
so bad.
Dude, I'm one of those people. I run hot anyways, and so, dude, I was trying. Chris Anderton Holt was watching me try and mount a wheel. I had run so much camber I'd wore out the inside of my wheels, and so tires, and so I was trying to switch them to a new set that I had in the truck, and I was trying to put it on the truck, and I was literally like wobbly, like almost gonna pass out. He's like, dude, just sit down, and I sat down, and I was like, I'm gonna pass out if I don't go get in a truck right now. So I had to go fire my truck up and sit in the AC.
I've been there, bro.
Nope.
Dude, some random lady walked by, and I had the window cracked because I was smoking, and she was like, do you have the AC on? And I was like, I looked at the baby. Dude, look at me. I hate kids. But it was like so hot outside. I was like, yeah, get in. Some random girl jumped in the truck, just sat there with her baby. And I was like, this shit's miserable, ain't it? She was like, yes. And then, her husband's out there like, wow. Just having the time of his life. His fucking kids like, it was crazy. But yeah, so National Super Speedway anyways, I'm sorry. See, I told you I'd do that.
I know.
All right, so National Super Speedway is awesome. My girlfriend doesn't know a whole lot about, she knows more now, but she didn't know anything then. And so I went to National Super Speedway, and then she's been to Clarksville, and she doesn't get it. You know what I mean? Because when we went to Clarksville, I was like shaking down my car, or no, we were shaking down Ariel's car. So I wasn't like, I wasn't really partying. We were trying to figure out the car, and then she crashed it. And so we were trying to figure out how we're going to get it back together. You know what I mean? It just wasn't like a normal Clarksville day for us. And so she was like, why did we go to Clarksville? Why wouldn't we go to National Super Speedway? And I was like, dude, you go to Clarksville to have a good time. You go to National Super Speedway to like get footage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's a different type of track. I prefer Clarksville, I'll be honest with you. I just think it's so fun, dude. You just go out there and fucking limit her for 66 seconds.
You need a taste of Mid-Pond. I'm sorry.
I do. I want to go to Mid-Pond.
We're going on the 11th of February.
Hell yeah. I want to go.
Actually, I might be going to that one too. Not driving, but to get footage and shit.
Well, we've got a big B&B. Hit me up.
All right. Cheers to that then.
Oh, this is a good one. All right. So best track drama you've encountered. Like what's the biggest like, what happened? Type situation that's happened.
I feel like I need to pull a Hooman right now and be very diplomatic.
They don't have to name any names. You don't have to drop names.
I'll tell you what, the thing that...
Fuck them, drop it.
I mean, yeah, if you want to drop names, it's better, but we don't care.
The biggest track drama probably was I had yelled at a kid about safety several times. Like, when new drivers come sometimes, like, and I talk to them, I will often, like, go stand down by the track.
To make sure they do what you say.
Well, just to watch them so I can give them pointers and things like that. And I'm not like the end all be all, but like I can drift.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Right.
So, and trying to help them out. So I'll go down there and watch. But, when you're down there watching, you might as well watch a couple other people because it's dope down there. Like, it's fun to watch people
progress.
Dude, watching the progression is so much more rewarding than I thought. There's a couple of guys that have really progressed this year, and like I feel like I've had a hand in it, and like not all of it. It's not all me, but I've helped. Like Justin Napier, like his progression, dude, is insane.
He's a hammer.
Jake Robert, dude, that dude couldn't lick. He's still on stock angle in his Mustang. He just now got an angle kit. Dude, he was linking NSS. Like,
good for him.
Damn. Yeah. Guy's gonna be a beast. So like watching that's awesome, but I'd yelled at this dude twice. Like he had his helmet like on his head one time coming down. Like it was on, but like it was like up
What
here.
the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like
that's uncomfortable.
that was my I don't even know how you get it to stay there. Like my helmet would fall.
Yeah.
But like so I yelled at him like that, and like he kept like not putting his seatbelt on. Like Clarksville's real basic safety, but the basic safety is there for a reason.
Shit like that didn't make any sense to me.
And just classic, that dude just straight lined into a telephone pole and cut his leg up and everything. I had to call an ambulance to get him out of there. Like, cut him to the white meat.
Ooh.
Like,
wow, you deserve that.
When you pull him out of there, where you're like,
Sorry.
there you go, dumbass. That's what I would have said.
I was not polite. I know most people know that I'm a medic and see that stuff on a regular basis, so I don't really shy away from it. But I really take pride in the fact that like I've not had to call an ambulance to the track. Like,
so it was like not inconveniencing you, but it was annoying because you were like, dude, I've fucking done this so
dude,
good.
It wasn't inconvenience. He took away from everybody's track time. Like if he would have had his seatbelts on, we'd have pulled the car up the track and it would have took away from everybody. Some of it had been okay. It took a couple minutes. Yeah. Instead, we had to call 911, wait for an ambulance to show up. Fire came. And then I like at one point was like, all right, you guys got to leave so I can run my event because they're like hanging out. Like I know all the guys.
Yeah,
like,
right.
And I'm like, all right, go away.
Yeah.
So because like you take away from people's track time.
Yeah.
Like, and I get it. If you wreck or your car breaks or something like that, but if you refuse to do the basic necessities, I've got no mercy for you.
Yeah, just grow up.
Fuck you, peg leg, whoever you are.
Don't be that guy.
He's actually a pretty decent dude, and I like him. But I'm like, he really aggravated me that day.
Okay, all right. So just
don't
for
be
that
that
day,
fucking guy.
You. After that, we're good. We're friends now.
Yeah.
What's the like most ghetto fix you've done, either on or off the track?
I know you got a bunch of these.
Yeah. Well, so do you guys remember the banana, the G35 I drove all last year?
Yeah.
That in general.
The whole car.
That whole car. Listen, I literally like we ripped the bumper off. Somebody else ran it into the piece of concrete, and we went to look, and like the whole frame had just like bent over. Let me
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. So I just literally just cut the frame off. I'd wrecked my Orange Z, cut a piece of frame off of my Orange Z, and like welded it back on there. I'm not a welder at all.
Oh, me either, bro.
I'm the worst.
I can't weld worth the shit.
like if it wasn't for my crew chief, nothing would be welded on my car. Like,
you ever notice that people that like me and you that can't really weld that good, it's always us that needs the most shit.
Yes. Listen, literally, I talked Matt Cooper, who is my hero, into TIG welding my entire roll cage. My entire roll cage is TIG welded.
Oh man, you need to be a salesman.
And literally,
for real.
And just to describe my roll cage, it is so tight in places that like when I was going to paint it and I wanted to like cover where I'd already painted like on the chassis, I could not get a piece of paper in between the roll cage and the chassis in more than one location.
Oh damn.
Like, yeah, he's a beast.
Nice.
Play the meme.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't weld. Don't trust my welding.
Oh, I trust. I say I don't trust my welding. I can't weld and make it where it's something like I would post. Do you follow? What's it called? I see you don't know shit about welding. Do you follow that?
No.
Okay, I follow that on Facebook, but it's only because I use that as a standard against whatever I think would be good. Because
solid.
I'm telling you, dude, you could literally like that AI thing. You could have that AI thing. you could lay dimes, literal dimes, and have the AI thing paint it and then put it in that group, and they would be like, they didn't penetrate. They're just fucking cocks, right? Like they're like, dude, they're like the Miata owner groups, but for welders. They're just piranhas, you know? And so I follow that page, and whenever I look at one of my welds, I'm like, I would never put that in that group. You know? I would never do that. They just get dragged for 2 months, you know? And so anyway.
Meme of the year.
But I have tried to get some of my welds apart, and I can stick 2 pieces of metal together, and they'll never come apart. You know, so that's the way I say it. I can't weld, but I can make them stick together.
That's why we paint our welds black, baby.
Attaboy.
What's the craziest wreck you've seen at Clarksville?
Crutches guy. Gotta be the crutches guy. It's gotta be, bro. It's fucking gotta be. I was standing next to him.
I do want to address that in a minute.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Please don't be one of mine.
I couldn't believe it, dude.
No, I want to address the crutches guy. Not him personally, but the
He's nice. I've talked to him.
he's a great guy.
Yeah,
I've got
nice.
nothing against him. Just the situation.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it was probably that wreck in the Z that I was just telling you guys about. I didn't tell you guys it was a Z, but the guy that had the helmet like didn't wear seatbelts. That's the gnarliest wreck, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's never been.
I'm sorry, peg leg.
Was that car blue?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
It was the color of my old car.
No,
Okay, moving on.
Still
Sorry.
don't know who it is.
Maybe. I
Keep
don't
going.
know.
You can name drop them. It's fine.
Yeah, see, no, you're not getting me like that.
Almost.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right. Yeah. Worst wreck you've seen at Clarksville.
It's definitely the one I was just telling you about where I had to call the ambulance.
So what did he hit?
He hit the so you know like the second part of the figure eight. So you go in if you're coming through the middle and you go right and then left out.
Yeah.
He like washed out and went straight into the telephone pole. It was like a good ways off of the track.
Just couldn't get on the brakes or what?
It's hard to say.
Maybe he was hopped out of his seat and couldn't get on the pedals or something.
Likely.
Okay. All right. We'll stop talking about you now, peg
I think it was the second time I ever even went to Clarksville. I wasn't driving, but I saw this dude a freshly painted white S13 hatch and just wrapped it around the pole.
Oof.
The light pole.
Dude, my third event, maybe, a dude had I want to say it was either silver or blue. I can't remember what color, but it was a G35. And dude, my brother, cowboy ass motherfucker, drove this thing from Memphis.
That a boy.
Dude, wild. That's cowboy shit, man. I don't drive shark car into town for groceries unless I'm like 100%. Dude, he hopped in that thing. He was like, ain't no thing, and drove it from Memphis, right?
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
It's crazy.
Wait, there's a whole group of them.
I know.
I
There's
can't remember
listen.
Charles' last name, but he used to drive his Z from Memphis
I
too.
know.
Those dudes are cowboys.
They're about it, man. I know. They're like really.
wild.
They're like they're roadkill guys, but for drifting. I
Yes.
know. I'm not taking that away from anybody. I had never experienced anything like that, and so met the guy, talked to him a little bit. He was chill, dude. He comes flying off the hill, and I was watching him. And he looked like he had it. Like he was doing a little bit of waving, you know what I mean? Or like, the back was kind of pushing. Yeah, he was kind of moving around. But I was like, it's so wide. There's no way. And I remember somebody said something. I'm not sure which girlfriend I was on at the time. And so like I turned around or
Unimportant,
something.
obviously.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. But she said something. I turned around and I hear, dude, I turned around and he had it looked like someone accordion the front of this thing. And I was like,
saddest of days.
Yeah.
because, dude, in my head, I'm like doing the math. I'm like, dude, I know why it was a big deal. It was his first drift event. He had never done anything like that. And he tries to send it hot boy style off the hill and just crash the shit out of his car. And like, I went around to a bunch of different people trying to find a radiator that we could rig up just to get him back out there. And like, the crank was fucked up. He couldn't get it started. I don't know how he got it home. Yeah, I felt super bad for him. But like,
I feel for that guy, but I could not have any more respect for a person than I do for him.
oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not talking shit. Absolutely. What a wow. I hope he's still doing it. I felt so bad because it was his first event and he wrecked. I was like, that's got to be the most disheartening thing ever.
It's got to be.
I mean, my car broke my first event, so I don't know. Whatever.
Dude,
My first event though, dude, that'd fuck me up.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd be able to go back for a while.
My first event, I like towards the end of the day. This is just tell you how ignorant I am. I got in the tandem line because I didn't know it was a tandem line and got sharked by like 3 cars. And
Nice.
that was the first time I ever tandemed.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
Dude, it was pretty
That'll
good.
fuck you up,
I
too.
didn't spin, and that's all I can say about it. It wasn't a good. It wasn't a good lead. I definitely took out angle and ran a little bit, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't spin.
I actually like leading.
I do too.
I like leading. I like tandeming with fast cars, but if it's a slow car, I don't really like, because it's like hard, you know, like if I fucking hit mine, I'm going to be right up on you. And then it's like I'm on the brakes and it's like all weird. So I'd rather lead. I think leading is fun.
Let me tell you, I've never had more respect for Human than I had last event, because he followed me in the Z all day. There is not a single modification to that motor. It is an 03 stock as fuck Z.
DEs, baby.
Yo, they don't die.
They don't die.
They don't die. But like in literally, like, he was on my door the whole time. Like,
Really?
just it was super sweet.
Nice.
And he tapped me a couple of times. Like, he got into me, but nothing serious,
Yeah.
right? Like, he never dented my door or anything. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that takes a lot. He's big turbo 370 with the Wise Fab grip kit in the rear. Like, and he's able to keep it behind me and stay on my door. Like, not surge up and fall back, but he was there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man.
I bet they say that's harder to do, is to follow a slow car.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way around it.
Yeah.
He pulled it off. I was impressed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so wait, you want to do this part?
Oh, no, you can.
So have you follow the thing about Fitment Industries?
No.
So just for the listen, so just for the viewers that hate us, just so you know how much we care about this podcast, we had this information during this podcast, which we shot last week. We decided that the information that we discussed during the podcast was like not good enough.
It
like,
did not do it justice.
Yeah, like y'all need to know what's actually
we went back
going
and
on.
watched it before editing and everything happened, and it was just like, no. It was so boring, and we were unprepared, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. Anyways, we went back and reviewed the footage, and it just was not good. It didn't do this information justice, and this is like breaking news stuff, and it's like it's really heart-wrenching. Like, I hate it, honestly. But so as you can see, I'm wearing different clothes, and so is he. And it's because I left work an hour early to come over here and reshoot this shit again. All right, so here we go. Oh, this is only like, I've only read this like 11 times today. All right, so I'm going to kind of summarize his points by reading through this a little bit. Because he's like me, he's a little long-winded. All right, so okay, so everyone should know that I'm not really a fitment and wheel person. I'm like a race car person. So like even I know who they are. You know what I mean? Like, they're a big deal. So then COVID-19 hits, okay, and then all you bums got your $1,200. You know,
Stupid stimulus.
okay, the stimulus checks, and you started buying wheels, okay, and then in this thing it says that they went from like a small amount to like we were selling 1.7 to 2 million per day.
Which the owner that made a video, the old owner, he's not owner anymore, that made a video on YouTube explaining his side, he said that too, that was like the biggest moment of sales they've ever had throughout their history.
Verified that is accurate, okay? So now it's like now he's taken this little company that he started and grew it into this thing, and now he's had a record year, basically, right? Sold an insane amount of wheels and tires and whatever else they sell over there. So basically what happens is they have a huge year and decides that they should buy a bunch of wheels in preparation for the following year. And I think he also said that a bunch of people were getting raises, and they were like, they were throwing parties and all this stuff. And to me, it just seems like they got overzealous with the stimulus checks, which I think I feel like, I don't know, I think you just might get greedy. I don't know. Like, it just seems like I
think they shot too high. Dude, I want to know what analytics they were looking at for their sales to show that much.
Oh, dude, it's probably like this.
For their sales to go up the next year. That's
rocket,
insane.
Okay, so then they hired this other people were called C-Suite, which is in that video that he was talking about a minute ago. You can hear this dude, like, for lack of a better term, like pretty much meat riding this team that they hired in. Now, whether or not they actually did a good job, who knows, right? But this is the information that we have. It sounded like they were really trying to plug the C-Suite team. I don't really know, but they were super corporate, and all of the 20-year-olds don't like it, right? No. So now the C-Suite team is basically the new management. It's a bunch of older guys that don't know anything about the culture that Fitment Industries created, which again, I cannot stress this enough. I am not a fitment and wheel person, and even I know that Fitment Industries has a particular culture and fan base. I don't, you don't have to be Einstein to know that.
Their back wall for their videos is it's not anymore, but it used to be just a wall of wheels.
Right. So, the average employee that started in that culture was like 20. These guys were 50 and 60 corporate guys. They were trying to kind of treat it like an office. Yeah, a bunch of old guys trying to treat it like an office shop. It's our business, any other business. You can run one, like that type of shit, right? Which it's sometimes that's true, but when you have a company like that,
especially
that's so built off culture, like
it just doesn't make sense.
So
that was their first red flag.
So then obviously you bums didn't get your check, and so everyone stopped buying wheels. And so now they were 50% behind on the prior year, and C-suite starts coming in and telling people like, listen, if you don't hit your bogey, you're fired. And so like I'm not 20, and so I was around in the days when that was like, fuck, I better figure it out, right? Mm-hmm. And then you stick around till you're fired. These guys are 20, and you have more financial mobility in this country than ever before. So they were like, see ya. So, okay, so they wouldn't, so then and then the other part of it is that C-Suite didn't understand that but a lot of their money from Fitment Industries was from YouTube, and that's how they made their sales. But they started cutting their budget for that. They wouldn't give the video team money. They didn't let them go to sales or shows and sell merch because it wasn't enough for them. They were only interested in the big hits, right? Which is that's corporate, so right? Silly. That's what it sounds like. So let's see, get down here. So now that the family of the company has all split up, nothing felt the same. The values, the vibes, the culture, the company was all different, right? So corporate took over and destroyed the place. Okay, so basically what it sounds like to me is that they got too greedy, right? Which we've all done that. Got too greedy, ordered too many wheels, too many tires, they ordered too much merchandise and didn't
over prepared for the next year.
And then the economy crashed, okay? Which it was artificially inflated to begin with, so of course it did, right? But so then in order to try and correct for the skid, they tried to bring in an outside source to
basically an agency.
Yeah. And of course that company doesn't know anything about the vibes. And of course it could be both, right? It could be like 50% of it is that they don't know what the fuck the culture is about with Fitment Industries, and the other part is that those guys are 20 and they're like, you're not going to tell me what to do. I helped make this, which I'm
sure there's a lot.
Listen,
there's
I identify
playing there.
I identify with that, but usually there's two sides to every story, and somewhere in the center is the truth,
Yeah.
We would say probably hire the smallest team of heaviest hitting sales guys you can find, sell all that shit.
Basically got to go back to ground zero on that one. There's no way to.
Well, I mean, it's I don't even know how you dig yourself out of that. Like the only way to do it was, even if you sell the merch and you make a loss, nobody's going to pick that up and do it again. I wouldn't think. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
If it was me, I wouldn't. I would cut my losses and move on to something else that has its own reputation. But
yeah, because that's kind of a crash and burn, man. I don't know that you can.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know
rough.
if you can pull the stick hard enough to make it up over that mountain. That's pretty wild. But yeah, so we literally had to come back, reset up the studio, and do this because this was so insane. It's honestly awful. It's like super disheartening.
I honestly feel bad for Fitment Industries.
Yeah, like
it sucks.
All those guys that put in all them blood, sweat, and tears, and then you got some outside guy that's going to come in and tell you what you can and can't do. I don't know. That would be hard for me. I think I kind of have a rebellious spirit, though. I don't really like being told what to do at all. So
yeah, I do feel that.
All right, well
I hope you enjoyed that one.
Yeah, sorry. That's the there's no positive end to that one. I don't have any kind of catchphrases. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So,
but that's it there. Let's get back to the podcast.
Yeah.
So,
LZ won his own invitational.
I don't think LZ's the story there.
No, fuck no, it's Colette.
It's definitely Colette.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
She fucking ripped.
Oh, dude, her car is fucking fast.
That's the next thing's down.
Yeah, it literally says.
LZ's E36 blew up, and then, oh my God, Colette drove like a fucking animal.
It was full beast mode. I was hype on that.
I'm not going to lie. Okay,
she beat Denofa.
Dude, say it in a sentence.
Colette beat Denofa.
Awesome. I haven't watched his video about it, so I'd like to see his side before I
Yeah.
just like go beaten down. But
It's Denof is like will take his loss with.
he's cool. He talks
Grace,
to us all the time. He's super cool.
I know.
I've got a lot of
I think he
respect
had
for
some
him.
car issues at the Invitational, though.
So the caption on his video was we had the car to win and the strategy. I'm sorry if I'm fucking that up, dude, but whatever. It was something like that. But then obviously it didn't come to fruition because Colette is a fucking dude. She drives like a man, bro. She's fucking.
She finally figured that fucking FC out.
Literally, I was like, okay, so I don't usually smoke in my house, but I'm a piece of shit. I smoke cigarettes, so I don't usually smoke in my house. But I was like gonna go to bed, so I scooted back in my chair or my bed, and I was like gonna like turn the TV off. So I was watching the LZ Invitational, and because Colette was about to run, and this makes me sound bad, kind of actually. It wasn't like I don't like her. I was just done watching the show, and so, dude, I literally like go to sit like lay back, and I was like went to go dump my cigarette, and I like pushed all my stuff out of the way, put my fucking camera on or my alarm on, and I like sat back, and dude, all of a sudden, fucking Colette goes, and she's like, what? And I was like, I sat back up. I was like, all right, that sounds cool. And dude, she ripped. She smoked Aaron Losey. Smoked it.
She walked everybody on the way
it wasn't
up.
even close. I mean, dude, her wheels had to be pointed at each other. There's no, how else do you get the grip? Like, it's crazy.
The thing takes off like a fucking rocket ship.
Yeah, dude, there was like, she like
understand it.
picked up a wheel. She was going
I
around the
saw
corner and
that.
picked
It
up a
was
wheel.
so
I was
good.
like, dude, holy shit, that car makes a lot of power. So like, okay, so then after that,
I
because
wonder what it feels like on the inside.
I bet it feels like plugging your dick into a rocket ship. I mean, it's probably insane, you know?
I give it a go.
Yeah, same here. I'd jump in it, 900 horsepower.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
So I see it pick up the wheel, and dude, my girlfriend is asleep. I'm literally like about to go to sleep, and then I was like, all right, I can watch the rest of and then I watched the rest of the video.
Readjust my eyes.
Yeah, dude, she drove hard, man. That was really cool. I was like impressed, and like, I'm not usually like impressed by people's driving. So like, not like I'm a hater.
Yeah,
So for me, it was a departure from the typical driving that I've seen Colette do. Colette's a very talented driver.
She seems a little too conservative most of the time.
Yeah, and that was not the case.
Yeah, no, dude, she was full send.
She was like, checkers or wreckers, baby, let's go.
She said, how many marks on doors can I get by the end of the day?
LZ blew up his E36. Oh, snapped a crank.
Oh, yeah, I did say that, but well, not the crank part, but yeah, that shit was not. When fucking Booth came over, what did he say?
He walked up and he goes, "Oh my God, it's fucked, Adam. What the fuck?" Like it was Adam's fault.
Let's be honest though, that car has
Booth's
been
funny.
beat on
Oh,
for
yeah.
like and is like that car's awesome, dude.
He's a trooper.
It doesn't know out of anything.
Oh no. Listen, one of the things that we are good at is talking good about Adam on here and then editing what we say to sound like we're talking shit. We're trying to draw him out. He's a hard dude to get to, man. I'm telling you, we've DM'd him, we've messaged him, we've done all the stuff. He just doesn't want to. I think he thinks that we hate him, but we don't hate him. We like him.
Yeah.
We have bought merch. I told him the other day I found a fucking shirt that I bought from him in my closet.
There's a sticker on the iPad.
Yeah.
I've worn
Look,
the hoodie.
You want to know how to get to
Podcast
Adam?
before.
He's number 5 on your list over there. That's how you get to him.
Number 5. He's the big fucking circle.
No. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Damn, I didn't put that together. My bad. It's Jimmy Oaks, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
He already agreed. He's
Yo,
down to do it. He's
Jimmy's-
just too
He said
busy.
he'd go on. He's
Look,
busy.
like
Super nice.
like I told you guys earlier at the Riverside at the 50K, like Jimmy blew a turbo.
Mm-hmm.
We just me and the people I hang around, general philosophy is we want to see everybody on track.
Yeah,
all the time.
Get your hot rod running.
So Matt,
What do you need?
my crew chief, runs over and literally starts swapping his turbo. And Jimmy's like, "This is dope. I've never had this. I've never had a crew before, really." and Caleb, Junior, he's like, "Dude, do you not know who the fuck that is?" Like Junior's like awestruck, and Matt's just working on the car, and I'm like, if Matt's working on it, I'll jump in too.
Yeah.
Like we're just working on a car, because at the end of the day, Adam LZ, Jimmy Oates, all of them, they're just drifters. They're the same as us.
Dude, and that's
right.
what we've gotten that clarification real good
Yeah.
so far with just meeting Matt Schulman and David. Dude, they're just We're like fucking talking to each other before they even come. We're like, oh my god, how do you think he's gonna be? I thought this dude was gonna be fucking enormous.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be
he's
taller.
My size.
Yeah, he like
he's
got out
my
of the car.
size.
I was like, I thought you'd be taller. He was like, me too. I was like looking at him. I was like, I mean, I don't think I look that big on camera, but okay, thanks.
But yeah, no, literally. Well, most of those people were at the 50K, and we hung out with most of them, and they were literally just drifters.
Yeah.
We literally walked into Taylor Ray's trailer at one point because there was a picture we took where RCP, Rome Charpentier, I'm going to butcher your name every time, buddy, but I love you.
Rome Charpentier is the way that I've heard it pronounced.
Dude, I've heard it pronounced like 6 different times, so I'm just...
How is it pronounced? Tell us.
I'm
Do
just,
the pronunciation thing in the comments.
I'm just resolved to calling him RCP.
Attaboy. Yeah, I like that.
That works.
Yeah. So there was a video, and obviously we were crewing for him. There's a video where Taylor Ray is leading RCP, and at one point for an entire outside zone, you don't see Taylor Ray's car.
He's
at all. He's in the Miata
he's
still.
Just in the fray.
Like, you just don't see him at all. And we walked over and we were just joking. Dude, chillest dude ever. They're
He
just
seems like it,
drifters.
yeah.
They are
mentions
the
the podcast.
same as us.
He's cool.
They're literally the same as every one of them that I've met. The same as us.
Nope.
So okay, so just so you know, we don't have like a hater subscriber thing today because you guys weren't asshole enough. So one of the things that I wanted to
Pick
talk
up your
about,
fucking game, dog.
yeah, what
is
fuck?
wrong
You
with
guys
y'all?
aren't being assholes. You guys,
It's
what's
not hard
changed?
to be mean to.
I know, right? Like,
We
I'm
need
so
funny
easy to bully.
sayings to make merch out of. So
Yeah, right.
Do your
Okay.
thing.
So one of the things that happened was we made a post and we talked about Taylor Ray's car because his vet is awesome, dude. It's fucking mint, right? It's nice.
Except for the
okay?
matte black. Sorry.
Shut the fuck up.
Hard disagree.
Yeah, I like them. I like it. I think
Can't do
matte black looks
colors.
hard.
It looks terrible at night.
Whatever,
Like
man.
matte colors look terrible at night.
But you would be like so pro if it was pink. So like, shut up.
No,
so anyway,
If it was like
pink?
pink, green,
no,
anything
if it was
and matte.
glossy. He was like glossy pink. You'd be like, oh my god, that's the coolest car. Anyways,
I would.
all right, shut up. Listen. All right, so. One of the things that we did was we posted, and then, dude, one of the things that I never thought would be, and then that happened today with that dude in blue too. So one of the things that happened was somebody got in there and was like, "Oh yeah, he built it in a shop," and they put it in quotation marks, whatever. Like it wasn't built in a shop because most of the vet was built in his garage on floor jacks because his shop was in the works, which I thought which I, as somebody who actually knows how to build an automobile, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Mad respect.
Yeah,
It's
way
so
hard.
hard.
Knowing that 50 feet that way is a lift and doing it on floor jacks, you're fucking out of your mind, bro. I'd be calling you, hey, come help me push this thing 50 feet, man. Ain't no way, you know?
I'd be on my way.
So these people were being mean about Taylor Ray, and it got like, I think it got like 2 or 3 likes. And then I got in there on the podcast and I was like, shut the fuck up, losers, or whatever I said, you know? And then they stopped. But dude, he messaged the podcast and we talked for like an hour about like,
Oh, yeah.
about how the bigger you get, the more of that you get. You get
Yeah.
this certain type of person that just doesn't want to see you win and they start talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And so
I'm aware.
it's weird. It's so weird to us.
From day
because-
one, we had that.
So I don't really attribute ours to that because like it's like our thing is like set up to where you're supposed to talk.
Well, yeah,
like
this is a different
you're
setting.
just
so-
shooting the shit, right? Like we're just like, you know, like I have a meme that I've been waiting to post in the podcast, which is like it's the Joe Rogan, have you ever tried DMT? But it's like my face and it says, what's your take on Taylor Hull? That's my joke, right? It's a joke, right? I'm sure Taylor Hull is super nice, and one day I hope we have him on the podcast.
I'll tell you after the 11th when we go down and he teaches me how to drive.
Okay, so right. So if he flops there, then we'll know. So, all right, I'm sorry.
Gotcha, bitch.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just like you're just shooting the shit in your shop, right? Like, that's the idea. So, like, it obviously drags out more of the opinionated people. So, like, but for people like Taylor Ray who like avoid controversy and they're not trying to get into argument, you know, like just to hate on that guy, it just seems like you're just being a hater just to be a hater. But he messaged us and was like talking about this guy. He was like, dude, I'm like unfazed by it now, you know? And then today, I had my car reviewed by that dude in blue.
Dope as fuck.
It's pretty cool, man. I'm not
That was
going to
a good
lie.
video.
I watched him when I was in senior year in high school. So like that's crazy to me that my car is on that dude in blue. That's fucking nuts, man. So that's like one of the coolest things ever to me. But then I posted
I've been
it.
watching him since like
and
middle
dude,
school.
2 or 3 of my like, you guys have douchebag buddies? I got douchebag buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm talking about?
Judo.
Damn, whoever you are, right? I got douchebag buddies. I got Jeff Beard, right? I like him, but he's a little bit of a douchebag sometimes. I got Chris Sachansky. He's kind of a douchebag sometimes about certain things, you know? Yeah. So, like, another guy gets in there. It wasn't those two, but he gets in these comments, and he's like, that dude in blue's voice is like, nails on a chalkboard for me. And I was like, dude, I just spent like fucking 36 hours with this guy. He's the nicest guy in the whole world. Like, if you're hating on that dude in blue, you're just a fucking hater. You're just hating for no reason.
My house.
Yeah, dude, he's like the nicest guy. And so I said that, and dude, instead of like, because dude, I do not have the self-control necessary for this interaction, because that dude in blue says you can't win them all and just sends one of these. I would have been like, you
Attaboy.
Dude, I would have been like, you lopsided eyeball crooked tooth motherfucker. Like I would have went off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy, dude. There's people that hate for no reason.
I'm a child, so I'm just prone to mom jokes immediately. So I'm always just like, you don't have to like me, but you're gonna call me stepdad.
All right, let's get on to your what is this? Oh, that was you only had one.
No, I have these two. I was just talking. Those were funny to me.
Oh,
we can do these, or we don't have to do these. I want to do this one though. This was about Andrew. So I don't know. Did you see this? Okay, so I'm always gonna butcher your Instagram handle, but it's brad. And okay, so he saw the podcast and saw that we did Andrew May.
Yeah.
And so when he was out in SoCal, he wanted to get his car wrapped, and he saw it, and he said the only reason he knew to go help that guy wrap his car is because of us.
no shit.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
dope,
And I
dude.
was
Hell
like,
yeah.
dude, hell yeah, people helping people. That's
fucking
awesome.
awesome.
Right? And so this was kind of the interaction. You can kind of show it up here. He's like, and he was like making a joke. He's like, he's lucky he gave my car a 95 out of 10.
A 9.5 out of 10.
It's hilarious. You know?
Look, I tried to convince my wife to change our entire lifestyle after that podcast. I was like, baby, we got some equity in the house.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm
get
saying. Yeah, I just got a HELOC. I could unload that.
Surprisingly,
and,
that podcast didn't do that well.
Yeah,
I was really surprised.
I think it's partially is that Andrew doesn't like vlog, which I think that life.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you wanted to circumvent your income doing that, I think the way to do it would be a vlog. I feel like that'd be the best way. Like, dude, he has the craziest life. Dude,
I would
he's
pay
got a
attention.
wife, 3 kids, a toy hauler, and he parks his cars in his kid's bedroom. And then unloads the car. And
He's a
sets it.
legend.
Dude. That's
He's a legend.
legendary
He's next
shit,
level,
bro.
dude.
That's
Fucking
crazy.
lit.
You know? Okay, so anyway, he doesn't do that, but I just think that that's the reason he didn't do so well. It's because he's not super.
Yeah.
But and you know what it is, dude.
He was
Is
a little
that-
monotone too. I will say that.
a little, but you know what it is? It's that he's fucking about it. He just wants to drive.
Yeah.
You know, he convinced his old lady to jump in a camper and drive everywhere.
Yo, let's give her some respect too. She's a trooper,
Actually,
bro.
dude, she
A round
tagged,
of applause for that.
yeah.
Because that's damn near impossible.
She tagged me and said, if you need help convincing your old lady, let us know. And so I
my
tagged
God.
Kaylee, and of course Kaylee fucking is like doesn't care. She's down to do whatever. She was like, okay, you know. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I don't think I could do that.
That's your green
I
light,
couldn't
bro.
fucking do it.
I don't know how I would do that though. I don't have a way to circumvent my income. I mean, I'd have to
You just get a work from get a work from home style job.
Well, dude, what we'll do. So what we'll do is we'll buy a toy hauler that holds 2 people, and since we don't have any kids, we'll just treat Jasmine and Dawson like the kids, and they can sleep in the back because they're small, and so we'll just haul both.
Why does this always happen?
So we'll just haul both race cars in a toy hauler around the world. Our old ladies can be best friends, and they can go to the strawberry fields and do whatever, and we'll just go
hold on, I
driving.
gotta stop that because the whole fucking small thing. I grew up with that shit. God damn it,
Dawson, you
who's
might be
sitting in the
physically
back?
small, but you're big in my heart, buddy.
Aw, thank you. Let me get a high five on that one. But no. Okay, so like you ever jumped into a car with a group of people and you'd be like, who's the
In the
smallest
middle,
guy?
baby.
Who's the smallest guy? You get in the bitch seat.
You had to ride in the middle, huh?
That was me. I had to do that all the fucking time. I was always the smallest.
Listen, let me tell you this.
Bastard. Fuck
Tell
all
you the
of y'all.
secret I've found. So my wife is down to go anywhere at any time to do anything as long as we go to a zoo.
Wow.
Literally, like,
What a crazy stat. I'm not gonna lie, what a crazy stipulation.
let me clarify. Like, if I want to go, like, if there's, like, so there's the event in Virginia on New Year's, and we talked about going, and her immediate question is like, okay,
Is there a zoo?
but where's the zoo at? So we go, it's my team, we can go anywhere and do anything. But like, and my wife will never complain. She never complains about how much money I spend or how broke we are, because I spend a lot and we're really broke.
Same.
She never complains about that. But if
Ramen
she's,
noodles and turbos, baby.
yes, that's
I'm
right.
for it.
Yeah.
But if we're going somewhere and she's coming with, like, there needs to be a zoo, and she'll never complain about anything else. Like, it's the trick. And I don't think it's just my wife. I think it's maybe women in
No, yeah, you gotta have
general.
you gotta like they want we want an event. They want a destination. I feel like that's a good
way to put
that's
that.
a good way to
Yeah.
put it.
You know?
Yeah.
They want somewhere to go. We want something to do.
I've been plotting on like a poor boy drift week where like you don't have to get invited, everybody just comes, and like, but like I have to plan it around zoos.
Okay, so this is actually a good.
Oh,
this
fuck.
is actually
Here
a
we
good,
go with the story again.
this is actually a good question. I have a question. All right, so next year, right? We have talked about doing this camping
Okay, it is
trip.
the same. Yeah.
Okay. Dawson thinks I'm going to be like, I hate X company. All right. We want to do a camping trip, but the rule is it's got to be, it doesn't have to be a drift car. It just needs to be a hot rod, though. And you got to stay at the campgrounds. Now, I don't really want it to be longer than like a 2.5 hour ride. So there's about 50 miles from my house, which I don't know if you've been to my house, right?
No, I've never been. No,
You
I've
didn't
never
come-
been.
You didn't come to my open house?
Past the Nissan dealership on the way here?
No,
What the fuck?
I don't think we were as close then as we are now.
I thought Caleb made your car. Are you sure? Okay, whatever. I don't know.
Caleb, what, my car?
We had an
On
open
the
house. We had an open house and we had 2 Sims out, and everybody in Clarksville, we made their cars for my open house.
Oh, sick. I'm really
pretty
sad I
cool.
missed it.
Yeah,
I didn't
me
even
too.
get to drive my car. I never have.
It was pretty. It's good. It's still on there.
No, I know. I'm just
get
saying I
anything.
haven't even driven it yet. That's bullshit.
Well, the last time you came. Well, all right. So, anyways, stop.
I did it that time.
All right. Anyways, so you want to meet somewhere, whether we at the Nissan dealership, everybody take photos and do like a small little 1 hour, 2 hour meet, then leave there in the drift cars and drive to a campground that's like 40, 50 minutes away, and then everybody camp out. Now it takes some planning, and you got to buy some stuff like roof racks and camping gear and shit like that. But I think that'd be really cool, and I don't know a lot of guys that would be willing to do it. I know you would be. I don't know what to ask you.
And here's the real crux. Like,
How you gonna solve like the brakes? That's what I worry about. It's like someone braking and it holds everybody up.
yes, I'm not worried
Yeah.
about that at all.
Really?
We'll just
At all?
We'll
Come
just
on.
we'll just all stop and fix it.
I mean, all right, yeah, all right. So we all stop and fix it, but like, what's the fix? Like, what if you can't fix it? What, are you gonna like ratchet strap the fucking radiator support, and fucking pull them to Normandy? I mean, I don't know. You know,
You can't have no in your heart. It's-
I don't have no in my heart. Listen, everyone can go. I'm not trying to say nobody can go. I'm just saying, how would you set that up? That's what I want to
I
know.
think it would be more like a drift week ordeal to where you you go in pairs. So like you always have 1 or 2 cars that are with you if you get stuck.
makes sense.
And if you're out of that little mini group, that group
I was
stays
thinking,
behind, helps
I was just
out,
thinking
get
a
it
big
running.
train.
Yeah, I like the
Or,
idea of a
yeah.
big train.
I think I like that better.
Well, yeah, no, it'd be a big train, but you would
Like,
have
you
like
could
a
draw
designated
hats
people
for who's
or whatever.
paired.
Yeah,
Here's my
it'd be something
problem
like that.
because the way I would want to structure it that is different is you need like I want my version of Drift Week would be more like Rocky Mountain Race Week or something like that, to where like you've got to drive the car those miles, and which is an immediate like
Is Driftway not like that?
no, they just do
Not
to trailer
anymore.
their cars.
You can
and
trailer
stuff.
and stuff now. Yeah.
So here's my plan.
I wouldn't fucking do it. I'd be trailering my shit everywhere.
I know we're a little off track, but here's my plan.
Fuck.
And here's why I've
Well, I mean, okay.
here's my plan, and here's why I'm screwed. So I was thinking you start in mid pond and then work your way up from there through Tennessee, hitting 4 or 5 tracks. So like,
And you got to drive.
but you got to drive. But the deal is, you pay X amount when you show up to the track. Tires are there for you already. So like, get it. Tire Streets is down. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to Tire Streets. Everybody pays, like, it would be, everybody pays $2,500 or whatever. And every track you get to has, four or 5 sets of tires for you.
That'd be cool, yeah.
And like, you drive through and you do like mid pond, NSS, Clarksville, because that's me, baby.
Yeah, fuck
and then,
yeah.
And then go to Bowling Green. Like,
So what, camp out at the track?
camp out at the track, every track.
I think that would work.
I think it would be dope. I want to do, and like no cap. There's
Dude,
no
we're
cap
literally
on.
following in Aaron Losney's footsteps. What the fuck happened?
I don't know. Not really.
Did he,
Now we're talking about starting another drift league.
If you trailer your car, though, I mean, that's
Listen,
I didn't know that.
Originally,
I didn't know people
Losi didn't
trailered
let people trailer his car, but let's be
Yeah,
honest. Like, Losi's a pioneer, and like, if you're not paying attention, then what are you doing?
their car. Yeah.
Like, especially for somebody like me who runs events, right?
So I actually, dude. All right. So I'll be honest. On this podcast is like, dude, when we first started the podcast, I didn't really like Aaron Losi. Like, not like didn't like him, but like he's a pervasive personality.
He comes
Like,
off.
Yeah.
He's kind of brash. He's kind of like,
He's damn good at asking questions.
I know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
he does.
I know.
He backs it up.
I know. I don't care though, dude. Like, I'm just a fucking redneck from Bell Buckle. Like, I remember watching one of his very first videos, but they were all the way in already. You know what I mean? It's been years and years. So by the time I got to one of his videos, it's like, dude, if that guy came up to me talking to me like that about one of my cars, I'd be mad as fuck.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But
I feel that.
now I understand that there's some data back judgment there. But at the time, I was like, dude, you can't talk to people like that, dude. Like, I'd beat the shit out of you. You know what I mean? Like, I was mad when I first watched this. So like, but now I have a respect for him. But that was true. So anyway, yeah, we should definitely talk about that. That would be something that we could do.
I'm so down too, and I think a couple of companies that are on board to support it.
Shit.
I've been working
All
on
right,
it. I've been
we'll
working
talk
on it
about
for
that.
3 years.
I'm down for
All
that.
right. Well, let's move on.
All right, so
Do
we're
your
gonna do
thing.
the car reviews now. Okay, since Dawson always gets on to me and tells me that I don't announce what we're doing.
You don't?
It's not like what? Yeah, but it's not like they don't know. They're gonna hear me. It's like, oh, hey, he's talking about car reviews. Let me like tap backwards twice, and they don't know what you're talking about. All right, so
Audio listeners. Ooh. What the fuck?
You've been
All
real
right.
violent to the microphone tonight.
dude, Eddie banged his knee. All right,
Yeah, I know, right?
show him your abs, Dawson. All right, so
Don't have any again.
all right. So the first one is Matt Mogensen, and I didn't know that was his name. I just know him as Matt the Genge, and this is his Z car.
This was actually. You remember a few podcasts ago?
Yeah, he commented live while we were up.
Yeah, we talked about
I
it.
haven't been able to put it in there.
I don't want to compliment like it's a Z, so
Okay, it's a Z. It's got a 75 shot. It's got long travel coilovers on it.
that a boy.
I know, it's cool.
Travel matters, people.
Yeah, I want to put those on Chart Car.
You should.
I know, and I don't think I got anything else. But yeah, dude.
No, it's
so
a simple
here's all you
DD
gotta know
setup.
about this car. It's on its third set of doors.
That a boy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
he's a
Rick.
driving machine.
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
So
8.5.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. I'm not a Z fan.
That's ironic.
I know. So
I'm not either, to be honest.
no. So I
Well, they're horrible to work on.
I disagree. So the one reason that I have stuck with Z is because they're so easy to work on.
No, dude, no way. VQ is annoying to work on.
Oh no!
Way.
If VQ is broke, you throw it away and buy a new one.
Right.
But
No, you just throw it away, and then you swap something
all right,
else.
I mean, I guess that's what I did too. But like,
great to
as
start.
far as the chassis, if you fix the crazy camber loss and toe loss issues in the rear, the chassis itself is incredible to work on. It's super easy, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just. All
that's
right,
one of the
when
reasons I love it.
I'm a motorhead, so like whatever. Like I
No,
just
I feel you.
I'm at
Very
the end.
simple car.
I'm sure the car ergonomics are great.
But I literally didn't. I didn't like Z's. I bought my first Z because it was dirt cheap, and I had every intention of just bashing the living daylights out of it, right?
Right.
And then it lasted. It did so well that I was so impressed. And like anything that broke, it was quick and easy to fix. Like I was so impressed with the chassis that now I've owned 3 Z33 chassis now. Four. I'm lying now.
Dude, honestly, I hate the way VQs sound, but it's like at first, when I first got into drifting, I used to hate the way they sound.
I'm a VQ. I like the way they sound.
They sound like trumpets.
I know, but I played trumpet. I'm one of those nerds. So at any rate, I'm gonna.
Anyways,
so the car's an 8.5, but I'm gonna give it a 9 because of the stance.
Okay.
That stance it lends us a 0.5, man.
Okay, what are we doing here? All right, so we have
Wow.
no headlights. Oh, he's got a fucking fancy wing on it too.
Raggedy boy.
All right, so Jonathan.
Oh, it's got a 75 shot too.
Yeah, it's got a 75 shot Chevy radiator, small block converted to triple pass. Dude, you know about that? You know about that?
Attaboy.
Oh.
All your basic suspension arms and coilovers, shifter, harness,
Cage, 2 front, 2 rear. Just finished
Nice.
driving Winter Jam. Whoops.
Put some fucking headlights in. Sorry.
Damn. That's a cool
actually
car.
a
And I don't really like
Decent
BMWs.
fucking car.
I give that a 7.5 because he ain't got no headlights. But other than that, I like that car. That's a cool car.
Yeah,
I
I'll
like the
give it a
shit.
7
Dude,
too.
listen, as somebody that converted a Mishimoto front mount radiator to be a rear mount, I'm for the ghetto shit.
I really hate working on BMWs. Like, I just hate them so much.
But it's got nitrous.
But I really love nitrous. So I'll go with a 7.5.
Hell yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, he did.
All right, so,
wow.
all right. Dude, this car's got underglow.
I've seen this car before.
I think it's got, no, I don't have the specs on it. So we have 2 Corvettes today, one of which you guys probably know of. This is his 3rd time submitting.
It almost looks like a midnight purple color.
Dude,
not.
listen, I was, so normally I do these before, but I did this during our break. So I didn't get all of the pictures in here. This dude's a full sender, man. He's about that life. It's got crazy underglow. It's real low to the ground, and he gives it hell. It's a very cool car.
9.
Yeah, 9.
That's
probably.
a good car.
Yeah, it's cool.
9.5.
For a Corvette, it's got
Solid all
some.
day.
It's got really
For
good
a Corvette,
stance.
Corvettes are king. Like,
No, for a Corvette, it's got good stance.
Okay.
That's what
I'll let that slide.
Damn, dog. What the hell?
We're not stance people. We don't get it.
No, I'm
No,
saying because
so
Corvettes are hard to get good,
I'll-
like to make low and actually have good fitment and stuff like that too, and be functional.
I'll be honest.
To get all 3 of those in a
like,
Corvette
I
is hard.
Did in fact notice that the Corvette had good fitment, but also had plenty of room for travel.
Yeah.
and appreciated that.
I just like it because it's purple and fast.
Those are good reasons. Those are really good reasons.
All right. Probably.
Ooh, Twinsky.
All right. So you guys don't know this guy. I follow this guy forever. He has like, I can't remember if it's 2 or 3.
Holy fuck.
Do you know who it is?
No, but that's a 10. 100% 10.
Sean
That thing is
dude,
cool.
Sean Olin's a legend.
I don't know him at all, but
All right.
he
has,
wins.
He has a turbocharged cat eye and he has a supercharged, it might be a cat eye, I can't remember. He has 2 trucks that are also boosted and they're both drift trucks. And he has this Corvette. And not pictured here, okay, is he'll put paddle tires on it and take it to the sand dunes.
Look at that second picture.
Okay,
It's,
listen.
Dude,
This is
that's so savage.
Yeah, look,
bro,
dude, he's a fucking madman.
that guy's literally
Okay,
my hero now. I have
listen.
no idea who he is.
Sean Olin's cool. All right, so when Sean Olin listened to one of our podcasts, I mentioned that the engine in my car was an Ironhead motor. So he messaged and he was like, I thought Ironhead motors were long snout crank. And I was like, they are. And so he was like, oh shit, so your car's had a crank swap? And I was like, dude, I was drunk as fuck when we did that. So, which is true. Dude, I stuck a fucking 5.3 crank in my car, me and Ben, dude, drunk out of our mind. I was picking up bearings out of fucking the dirt. And I was like, what do you think? And Ben was like, sure. And then slapped a main cap on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So then he said,
Looks good for my
he was
house.
like, that's funny that you say that because one time this engine spun rod bearing. And I was like, oh, damn. So what'd you do? Slam new bearings on it? He goes, yeah, I slammed new bearings on it, but I took a shoelace, wrapped it around the crank while it was still in the engine, then put like some kind of crazy high grain sandpaper on it. He's like, I went back and forth a couple of times, so I thought it was smooth, put a new put a new bearing on it, slapped it back together, and that was 2 years ago.
No fucking way.
So I know
Dude.
Dawson,
What
I
a
know it's
man,
hard
man.
for you to understand, but that is V8 life.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Oh,
I mean, that is just a V.
It's just there's so much more structure because everything is moving together that it's just you have, dude.
That's fucking crazy.
He is crazy. Like, listen. First of all, I don't want anyone in the audience who's new to think that that's just regular. It's not regular. That's crazy. I don't necessarily recommend it, but I mean, this dude's a success story. I mean, literally, if you're an audio listener, there's a picture of a dude holding an American flag out of the side of a Corvette, jumping it off a sand dune.
I don't think that's an accurate description. There is a picture of a white C5 that is no
5
less
feet in the air.
Twin turbo.
A twin turbo C5 that is no less. I'm going to be conservative and say 4 foot, but all 4 wheels are off, and a dude is holding an American flag.
Yeah.
If that doesn't make you want to stand up and say the pledge, then
And then he'll
we're
drive it
probably
off
not gonna
that,
be
change
friends.
the rear
will
wheels,
say,
and go straight to the fucking track.
This is a little one-sided, right? Olin's a legend. He's been on the gram and YouTube for a long time. He's a big timer. He's not a little guy, but still, it's a fucking crazy photo. I mean, like, dude, look at that. It's
so good.
awesome. That's insane, All right.
Everybody's out there in side by sides, and you fucking pull out in a Corvette.
All right, so we have Robert. Robert has this Z car, and to me, it looks like he took it apart and put it back together to make it as nice as he could. He submitted
fully
this.
restored.
Again, I rushed this, so I'm going to have to go back and look at some of the specs to overlay, but that's a nice car, man.
It's all factory looking. Looks
Yeah.
like a fully refurbished.
6 out of 10.
Where's that guy from? Does it say?
What?
Where's
I'll
that
give
guy
it a
from? Does it
7.5.
say?
It doesn't say where he's from.
I thought
I'll give it a 7.5.
So
That's really clean.
It's not.
Especially
It's
for that
super
kind-
nice.
that kind of car.
Super nice. It looks like he
Good
just
luck.
buffed the factory paint too. It's not even like
Yeah.
he painted it. All right, so
That's a
Will
Geo,
Hicks,
dude.
he's been fucking dude. He's been
Fucking Geo.
all right. So he's been messaging this whole time. This is probably. I'm not even gonna lie. This is probably like Will's fucking like 7th submission. It's just because it's such a weird. This is such a weird deal. but all right. But it's a 700 R4 bolted to a 305 10 bolt rear end in a Geo tracker.
bro, I love it.
Kind of cool,
Dude, I
man.
love it too. Dude, imagine the looks. You think you get looks in my car? Dude, imagine that. Doesn't have a fucking hood or nothing. You're just going through town.
Well, it's a 305, so it probably.
In a fucking lunchbox.
There you go. Like, unless the compression ratio is 15 and a half to
Whatever.
1.
I was sure, dude. I mean, he said wrecked Camaro drivetrain, including the lame ass 305. Dude,
Yeah, that boy.
he gets a bonus point for me just for being funny. All right, so I'd probably give that a fucking 7, dude. That's hilarious to me. Look at the lights. Hold on. Look at the lights. That's hysterical, bro.
Did he like
That's hysterical,
model? He like
dude.
Dude, I'm
model
gonna give him
the
an
front
8.5
end.
just because it's so unique.
Yeah, that's hilarious, dude. He's got
That's
what
awesome.
Are those
Those Blazer rims on there.
It looks
looks
either
like
Blazer or the Mitsubishi Stereon wheels.
Where's the redneck Fujiwara at?
No, those
He'll
are
know.
Blazer wheels.
Yeah, where's fucking Bodri when you need it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
All right.
Hell
Sorry
yeah.
for the dog water punctuation.
Look, he knows you, bro.
He knows you're answering him.
I know. All right.
Oh, fuck.
I feel like that thing needs
all
a
right.
blower.
So this car is fucking sick. Okay,
Damn, you guys showed up. I'm sorry, buddy.
me?
No, Hicks.
Oh, what? That's not even the same.
But I know, but this is like clean as fuck. And it's SR.
Dawson just likes
God's
everything
motor.
S13 front swapped. He's like, ooh, it has brick lights. Let me sell my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. All
I
right,
mean,
so-
like, as long as you own it, like, that's cool.
yeah, it's
The
an 8.
Sylvia front is
That's a
just
nice
so
rig.
good.
It's a
SR
nice
car.
It's a 10 for me. I don't get
Dude, I go backwards with
well,
SR
I'll
cars
go
because
back-
it's such
I'll
a
go
pain
back-
in the
I'll-
ass. Like, it would be an 8, but it's an SR car, so 7.5 because they're
Dude,
so
I'll give it a
they're just
9.5.
such a pain in the ass.
A 9.
Because it needs a kit. It needs a better kit.
I don't know. I would probably just pop a fucking front lip under that and just send it.
No,
way.
you need a
That's
big
the way to go.
fucking, aggressive ass kit. Obnoxious.
I would do a top mount, but he's got Z32 brakes. It does the occasional slidey thing. So for me, you get an 8.
On the grams.
7.5.
9.5, baby.
All right, that's all of them.
These are dweebs. Don't worry about them.
Yeah, that's all of them.
Oh, all right, cool. Well,
What do you have to say for people that are trying to join drifting? Sorry, I didn't know.
No,
if you
you're
were,
good.
I thought,
You're
I thought you were
good.
going to
You beat me
launch
to
into
it.
the thing, and then people were going to start leaving. So I was trying to be like, hey, wait. All right. Instructions for new people
that
trying
all
to get
the time.
into drifting. Go.
First and foremost, do it. Like literally, you don't have to come to my event. Okay. Literally, somebody asked on your last podcast. One of the like things that I noticed was they were like, "Why'd you guys choose drifting over grip driving or anything like that?" It's the community.
Yeah,
It's absolutely the community. Like I think most of us have done drag race, and I've been, I still have a pretty cool drag.
I haven't.
But I've done grip driving. I've done rally cross and rally racing. Like I've been in a lot of different forms of racing, and the reason I'm in drifting is 100% the community. Show up, start doing the thing, talk to people.
Someone will notice.
People will come to you. That's it. That's the best thing is like when I first started drifting, people came to me. I didn't really have to go anywhere.
Like, do you need help? Do you need anything? Do you need tools?
Like, yeah, they didn't know who I was, right? So they were like, "Hey, man, you're new here."
I've walked by people and they're sitting there using a 4-way to take their lug nuts
Right.
off. And I'm like, dude, use this. Quit.
Yeah,
Quit being a slob.
literally. So like, I have a pretty extensive toolkit that I keep in the trailer, and like people come in and grab stuff all day, every day, and I've never
Better put that shit
once
back, though.
lost a tool. As a matter of fact, one of my biggest like regrets in drifting is somebody let me use an adjustable wrench 2 years ago, and it's still sitting in my shop. I can't remember who it was, and I can't get it back.
Close into the hood or
Some of those too.
So literally, like it's
you're watching
a
this.
really nice. If you're watching this, it's a really nice black anodized adjustable wrench. Will you please tell me who you are so I can get it back to you?
Anodized.
Yo, it's a
some
nice
real
one.
shit, though. That's some real shit
Like-
that you even remember that.
Yo, like
think about that.
I've got it set to the side. I don't let anybody use it. Like I'm like, this
That's
isn't
cool.
ours.
I like that.
It accidentally got left in our trailer because we borrowed it and we need to get it returned. It's been 2
you're
years,
nuts, dude. 3 trips and that's it. It's mine.
No, man. I have expensive tools though.
No, I'm with you.
But
I
do
don't
it.
own any expensive
yeah.
tools.
Just do it and tell people you're new.
I do. I'm hanging it up on the wall. This belongs to
don't
me
show
until someone
up
says
and
otherwise.
think you need to be the man. Show up and be like, I don't new.
Yeah,
to
right.
drifting.
Yeah.
Like
I
if you
agree.
show
I
up,
don't know what I'm
if
doing,
you
but I'm gonna try.
If
Have a
you
little
show up
humility.
to the drift track and you are humble at all, even a little bit, dude, the community is gonna pick you up and put you on their shoulders. We
Yeah,
want to
for
see
sure.
everybody succeed.
For sure.
Take that step, baby.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's
well,
it.
That's it for this one. We really appreciate you guys. Don't forget, shop the merch at circleofdrift.com and
Buy it.
especially the New Year's merch because that shit's dope. So that's it for this one. Really appreciate it. See you guys next week.
Peace.
Deuces.